Man, oh man, do we have some things to talk about today. Scooby-Doo, we got some work to do now. Let's go. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel and to another Chat Spat. I wasn't fooling around. We're bringing back Chat Spat. Can you stop itching, cat? Oh my goodness. I'm literally exporting the Chat Spat that you guys saw before this right now, and it's Tuesday, I think. Is it Tuesday? Yeah, it's Tuesday. And some things happened yesterday that just blew my mind. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to sit down and make another one, because why not? We can make as many Chat Spats as we feel like it, because we do what we want. Yes, we do. So let's go ahead and get into this and just see how bad it gets. Let's do it. Alright, so the first thing that I want to talk about is this Tila Tequila thing. And I have not heard that name in so long. Tila Tequila. Like, I thought she fell off the planet, you guys. I wasn't really into her to begin with. She wasn't my cup of tea. She really reminded me of someone who just decided to use her body to become famous. And well, that's her own deal. That's her business. It just wasn't for me. It wasn't something that I watched that was entertainment for me. But I saw someone tweeted a picture of NikkieTutorials. It was kind of going off and mentioned Tila. So I looked into it and I could not believe what I saw. I guess that Tila Tequila has now gone full-on Christian, or what she defines as Christian. I have noticed, and we are going to talk not political, man, we're going to talk religious in this video, which I told you in the previous one is something that I do not like to touch unless it's something that concerns us all. And I feel like this concerns us all, especially in the beauty community. So we're going to have to talk religion in this video, and it's going to get rough because people are going to have so many different opinions, opposing views, and just what they feel is dead on concrete facts that are not going to be your own. And so if you go into the comments, if you scroll down into the dungeon, beware, hold strong, try to be kind, and shine a light, okay? It's going to get a little rough. But she has a Facebook where she is full-on Christian, you guys. I mean, and that was a little shocking to me. Not that she was religious, because I don't care what you do. You can be religious. It was the fact that she was pushing it. She pushes it. I mean, okay. She showed a picture of Niki, and I believe it was probably off from her Power of Makeup video, because you see half of her face is done in makeup and the other half isn't. And I want to read to you what she says. And it might be a little bit long, but you need to hear this. She says, "Nothing irks me more than fat chicks who pound on the makeup. They're already sitting grossly through gluttony. Then, on top of that, they're full of vanity and deceit with all that cake on their face. Perhaps that's why they like to cake it on. Get it? Laugh my ass off." But anyway, I get so angry just reading this. "Obese people sin through the physical form. They're sinning so much that it manifests physically. Gluttony, sloth, all that yucky fat stuff is highly sinful in the eyes of the Lord. So this girl's double sinning, and who knows what this clown has hiding in her closet. Probably clothes, maybe some shoes. Disgusting. And the fact that the society continues to promote fat, obese modeling now as if that's healthy, it's pushing more women into sin and thinking that what they're doing and that lifestyle they're living is okay when it's not. I don't care what you say or how much I've hurt your feelings. The truth hurts, and someone needs to speak the truth for once. And God chose that someone to be me." Pause for dramatic effect. "Too many churches of today don't judge righteously in order to help people fix their problems, but instead they enable people to live in sin. Gross. I could never be equally yoked with such slobs, but God literally says that you should not be equally yoked with non-believers or evil, wicked people. But hey, most Christians do anyway because they're not real Christians." Girl, she done lost her damn mind. She lost it. It fell out her ear and it rolled out the window like the Meatball song. She lost her mind. Her gourd is gone. There are so many things that I want to touch on this. First off, when did being religious become an excuse to fat shame anyone. And on top of that, when did NikkieTutorials become obese and fat? The girl is like Amazon huge. Tall girl. She ain't fat. Like, the girl is like over 6 foot tall. She's not gonna be like 115 pounds. And the last time I knew, Tequila was only as skinny as she was because a plastic surgeon helped her. Helped her with her boobs, helped her with her butt, helped her with liposuction, helped her with her lips, helped her with her nose. I'm confused. I'm literally confused about this. Now, I understand people going and they pray for forgiveness. They are reborn. I don't know what religion that is. Like I told you guys before, I am not educated in this kind of stuff. I was not raised religious. My husband is Christian. He comes from a very Christian family. Well, they have their faults as well. They are not like that. And while I am not very educated in religion, for the past 10 years I have been surrounded by a Christian faith. And as far as I knew, the Bible also says, beware of false prophets. Tila. Now, a lot of people came back to her. I mean, an immense amount of people were so angry, and with right to be. Because she doesn't just blast anybody who's obese. She blasts Christians. She's like, if you are okay with fat people, obese people, then you're not a real Christian. I mean, she really is trying it here. This is, I'm really starting to think that maybe it's a troll comment. At least that's what I thought. So I went through her Facebook profile and timeline, and no, this is what she's pushing out. And a lot of people told me on Twitter that this is what she's been pushing out for over a year. And I think that maybe something's going on and she just doesn't have the right medication or something, because this is just unlike anything that I have ever seen. This is unlike anything I've ever seen, especially coming from someone who is religious. And a lot of times that super religious people can push it. They can force it. They can go over what society would deem sane at times. And that's fine. We all do. I do that every day. I go over that sane line every single day. But we can't just deny the fact that that doesn't happen. But this is a whole different realm. This is a whole different realm that she's speaking here. What about the people who are obese or overweight because of medical conditions? What about those people? You know, like there's no if, and, or but here. There was no budging room. There was no lines. There were no margins for her. She was simply just saying that fat and obese people are disgusting. They're sinning in gluttony and sloth, and that anyone who is okay with it is not a real Christian. And I just found that so disgusting. And then she left a bunch of proverbs trying to validate her way of thinking there. And I need to be quite honest, and what I'm about to say may upset some people as well, but I try to be respectful of all religions, because I do believe that there's something there, higher power. I'm more of a spiritual person. I think that a little bit of every religion has its truths, and a lot of it has its man-made depictions. Depictions? That's not the word. That sounds so horrible. Depictions. I think that's what I meant. You know, it's whatever the man who reads it, because it was a man who wrote it. I think that the man who reads it, it's how they perceive it. And everybody can perceive that word, those words differently. And it was the mind frame of hers going into that Bible and picking out those things to hate and to judge and to troll and to be negative and to point fingers. I mean, she, in my eyes, what she did was the total reverse of what anyone who believes in Jesus or God or higher power would ever think that they would want you to do. Ever. If you think that God chose you to speak through, you know, to speak through you in His Word, go to church and become a minister or a pastor or whatever they are. You know, once again, not educated enough. But go there and go through those classes and go through those rituals and those routines or whatever you have to do to be validated. But I don't think that she can, because the girl did too much bukkake. Too much too much porn and stuff like that. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I'm not trying to shame it. I'm not trying to shame it. It's just kind of like, it's that whole scenario with don't throw rocks in a glass house. That's kind of like the situation I'm feeling here. She's wondering what kind of clowns are hiding in Nikki's closet. And it's like, what kind of dildos are hiding in yours, Tila? Tequila? I want to know what you guys think about this. I am appalled. Like, appalled. So, just, Nikki never did anything. Nikki never does anything to anyone. You know, like, I don't understand. And while I may not agree with the things that Nikki does on her channel or the way that she deals with her sponsorships and her, you know, her PR and her ads and everything like that, when you know a little bit more behind the scenes about people, you're a little like, and I don't watch her that much. I think that she has an amazing talent, and I do think that she is a very nice girl, and she's very patient in this community with a lot of people, and I don't think that she goes looking for drama, and she definitely didn't go looking for what Tila just did to her. So I want to know your guys' opinions on this. Do some research. I will leave the link to Tila's Facebook below if I can find it again. It took me a bit the first time, so you guys can check it out and see what I'm talking about, because I'm literally getting indigestion. It's upsetting me so bad. And it's not because I'm an overweight girl, because if I was stick thin right now, I would still be extremely pissed off. I think that this is a disgusting way and a disgusting show of what Christian people are and what Christianity is, and I'm not even religious, and I'm sitting here offended. I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, religion, like religion really needs that show, you know? Like, it already has a bad enough rap, you know? Like, why would you do that to somebody who has done no harm to you? Who do you think you are that you think that you can speak of what God wants or would judge or would think about someone? That is not for you to do. That is not your job. Your job is something I'm not going to talk about. But I do think that maybe it comes down to career jealousy, because Tila did not go anywhere, and now all of a sudden she is hiding behind religion to spout hate and anger and negativity. And I hope that she falls flat on her face, because you get what you put out, and you are not putting out the word of God, honey. You are not. But I want to know your guys' opinions, and if you agree with Tila, you agree with Tila. You know, we are all different people. We believe different things, and that's okay. But if you do comment below and you do agree with her, please explain why. Please explain in great detail, because this is something that is so confusing to me that I would really, really like to know your opinions, and I would like to know the opinions of everybody on this topic. Without trying to point fingers at others or be hateful yourself, try to comment below and explain to me your thought process when you read this, heard this, and what you think. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is something else that just recently happened to me. I did my luxury lookout video, which I'm so glad that so many of you guys liked, and there was such a huge response to that. And so I'm going to keep doing it as long as I have the products to talk about with them. I really did enjoy it. I'm going to try to keep it a little bit shorter than it was the last time. I got carried away and just was like, da, 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 da. So I'm going to try not to do that. My videos tend to be on the longer side, so I'm sorry. I try, but it doesn't work. But I had one angry comment, one negative comment under that video by someone who I had never really seen comment on my channel before, except for once. And that was on my small channel shoutouts video, which she literally demanded that I shout her out. She just said, shout me out. Like, with exclamation marks. Like, I wrote her down, okay? I wrote her name down in my book that I have here for people that I was going to check out and see if I liked her channel and thought it was good enough to shout out, or if it was something that you guys would be interested in, which I did end up checking out yesterday, and it was not. So, sorry, hon, but I would have never shouted you out to begin with, because your channel does not mesh well with what I like to watch and what I think my viewers like to watch. And after yesterday and you showing your true colors, there's no way in hell you're getting a shout out from me. Sorry. And if you're wondering why I'm so bitter about the whole thing, it's because I did write her down, and I had the intentions of helping her out, even though she demanded it from me. And she wrote a really nasty comment on that luxury lookout video, which is still there, and said that I was basically giving people a sob story as to how broke I was, which I was not doing. I was just trying to explain why and how the video idea came to be. to make the point of why I thought it was a good idea, because people like Tati always show luxury items. Larger YouTubers show luxury items all the time. It's not something new. I wanted to explain why I thought it was a great and unique idea coming from me and my channel and who I am. So the backstory was just a backstory, not a sob story. She didn't seem to actually even watch it because the whole idea of the video went whew, right over her head. And then she said some really hateful things about how she couldn't afford anything, and she told us her sob story, like she was trying to one-up me or something, and which, go ahead, you know, there are millions of people out there that are suffering a lot worse than me, you know, and they suffer in silence, and those are the people I would like to help a little bit more. But then her last sentence just said it all, and she's like, and you couldn't even give a girl a shout out. Oh, bye. That right there was the reason for the whole spiel of a block of hateful ass comment that I got. And I knew it right there. And I still know it right now because me included and a few other people commented under her comment, and she never wrote back. She doesn't have intentions on writing back. And she also went on another one of my videos and was very hateful on that video too. And never wrote me back on that one either. So... But my point is with this is something that I go through a lot, and with smaller creators, and when I say smaller creators, because I'm one too, I mean people that are like under 100 subscribers, people who are just starting out, and it seems to be a new generation, a new wave of people who think that, I mean, they are so entitled, who think that they can demand shoutouts from people, to expect shoutouts from people. They get angry if you don't shout them out or mention them in videos or collaborate with them or something like that. Like, they're entitled to all of this. They're entitled to that help. They're entitled to ride your coattails. They're entitled for other people to make their channels a success. And that angers me. I mean, getting a shout out is always amazing. Amazing. And my channel is half what it is because of shout outs. I probably would still have like 5,000 or 6,000 subscribers if it wasn't for shout outs. But I have never once in my life asked for one or demanded it. I would be so embarrassed of myself to demand a shout out from anyone. Anyone. And I've talked to other creators around my size, and they said that they've had people, larger YouTubers have done shout outs, and this person messaged them to tell them, you know, how mad they were that they didn't get the shout out and who they would take off that person's list to replace them with. That is very, very gross. It's gross, okay? And a lot of people do this because I've had people message me saying the same thing. I've done shout-outs and had emails from people who were so angry because I did not mention them when I didn't even know who they were. You know, people who, they have a channel, but it's not what people that watch me would want. Like this woman, she smokes in her house with kids. She smokes cigarettes. She's in there smoking cigarettes in a house with her children in there. She's very derogatory and angry and negative and makes really negative videos. And it's just not something that I think that my viewers would like. And when you shout someone out, you know, like, people trust you and will go subscribe to them. If I'm shouting out these people that are so hateful and negative and mean like that, what is that saying about me? You know, like, my viewers are not going to trust me. You need to go to someone who is a lot like your channel, your niche, and you need to demand a shout out from them, not from me. That, I found that extremely upsetting and rude, and the whole situation was rude, and I find that a lot of people are like this. They think that they are entitled to things, and let me tell you, it is amazing when someone will collaborate with you that is much bigger than you, or someone shouts you out. That is an amazing thing, but don't ever demand it, and don't ever ask for it. You want to grow as organic as possible, not have it be forced, not have it be like that. You want the person that shouts you out or collaborates with you to be a friend of yours. You want to know them. You want them to sit there and talk about you. You want them to sit there and rave you up and say nice things and really talk your viewership and your audience, their audience, into wanting to subscribe to you. Like, you don't want someone just to be like, oh yeah, this is a great channel, go subscribe. And then they get there and it's not so great. You know, like, you need to work on your channel, make it something that turns eyes onto you, you know, and make genuine and organic friendships with people. Don't just demand something and then say screw you when they don't give you what you want after a week. very eye-opening. And another reason why I just feel very used in this community, there are a lot of things where creators just kind of get stepped on and dirt thrown at them and just used and abused. And it's not just by viewers or businesses, or larger YouTubers, it's by smaller ones too. And that is by no means meaning that everybody under 100 subscribers is like that, because they're not. This happens few and far between, but enough to where I wanted to talk about it. And I think that it's wrong. I think that it's really, really wrong. And that if you do that kind of stuff, or you spam their videos with your links and try to force their viewership over to yours, it's not the way to go. It's not the way to go. You're going to end up being that creator who buys their subscribers and views and things like that, and it does come back and hit you in the ass, let me tell you. You're not going to like that, and people see that. They're not dumb, and you're not going to keep your viewers. So I would highly recommend trying something different other than what had just happened to me. That is what not to do. But if you are another creator and this has happened to you, leave me a comment down below. I want to know your thoughts and feelings on this. And if you are just a viewer, let me know if you've seen this, what you guys think about this. I want your opinions on this. I really, really do, because I was quite shocked. Alright, so this video is hella long. Oh, I know. I'm so sorry. I just had so much to say. So leave me your comments down below. Try to stay open-minded, non-judgmental, kind. Let's all take a deep breath and then scroll down to the comments. If you like this chat spat and you want to see more, give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any nonsense. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.